Have you made the wrong choice and now you have a hard time trusting yourself? I hear you there. I can really relate to this, and I want to share some of my own experiences around wrong choices and around how can you trust yourself again. Now, my name is Patricia. I'm a certified life coach, and if you're new to my channel, then hit that subscribe button. Also ring that bell so you actually get notified as soon as I publish any new content, which is usually once a week. Now let's go into it. Step one here is there is no such thing as wrong choices. I believe that we choose sometimes things even if they're not good for us because we believe that's the way we need to go. That's what we think that is the best for us. And until we haven't realized that that's not really what we want, that's not the outcome we want, we keep repeating the same patterns, right? And therefore, I believe there is no such thing as wrong decisions. I believe there is a thing of not really being aware of where we would like to go. And then we just decide something where we are not happy with the results. I would actually really already go into what can you do to really trust yourself again, because when you made a few wrong decisions, because I'm guessing that you're watching this video because you feel that you made a few wrong decisions, and now it's like, okay, well, what can I do to actually catch myself in advance before I do something like that, right? And so this is actually an advice that I follow since, I don't know, quite a while, and it really helped me to, stay back, be balanced, and really listen first to my own thoughts instead of the surroundings, instead of what other people say, and it just keeps me very calm. So number one would be really to, if you want to react to something, if you want to make a decision right away, and you know that you have such an urge, okay, such an urge to make a change, to somehow run into something, then hold yourself back. Wait one day. Just wait and see if that is still the decision you would take a day later. Now, why I'm saying that? Because when we are into our patterns, right? It's an automatic process. We decide pretty much automatically. We don't think too much, okay? Now, when we are talking, when you're watching this video, you will be like, yeah, that makes really sense, right? I mean, totally. Wait until you are in that situation, and then you have to catch yourself. You have to catch yourself in that situation where, let's say you're meeting another guy, another another man or another woman, and you used to date those kind of people, and you already know it's a bit, yeah, maybe, just wait the day. Wait the day until you really make a decision. Is this the person I want to go further or not? Raise your awareness, and instead of just saying, okay, let's schedule another date, speak tomorrow. It's fine sometimes to delay one day. You don't have to take a decision right away just because you're used to do that and just because you're totally pumped. Ask yourself, is that really what I want? Is that person really something that you want to go further, or are you going into that trap again? Are you going into the same kind of direction than before? And now this builds, of course, as well, trust for yourself, because you are giving yourself the space. You're giving yourself the time you need to decide, and you don't need to decide right away. Usually you actually have the time to say, wait a second, step back, and bring the decision to the table a bit later, and that's totally fine. Another one is raise your awareness when you are in this, I made a wrong choice, oh my gosh. And then it starts with this spiral, like kind of, I will never find anyone. If we are talking about the person, if we are talking about the job, it's like, I will never find any better job, you know, did such a wrong decision here. All of those kind of beliefs where you're putting yourself down, okay? It's this kind of self-talk, this kind of self-sabotage, where you need to notice when you're doing that, and then you need to stop yourself right away and ask yourself the question, is that really true? And if someone would come to me, maybe a good friend, who would tell me this story, would you really say that's true? Would you really tell that person, hey, that's true? You see? When sometimes it's really hard to mirror ourselves, but then it's easier when we are thinking about, would I recommend this to someone else? Would I really give this advice to someone else, you know? And assuming that you are giving an advice on a very loving and kind way. And so when you're doing that, would you give the same advice to you? Okay, so this is how you can kind of catch yourself. And when this is starting, when this is starting, this is kind of the next step then. Stop to blame and judge yourself that you did something wrong, because it is in the past, but right now you're still living in the past, meaning that you're still pointing the finger, meaning that you're still feeling that pain. You're reliving the same thing over and over again, while actually that isn't helping you. Instead, it makes you feel really terrible. So, write those feelings down. The decision you made, what was the feeling behind it? What was the actual feeling and the pain behind that? Why do you feel it was a wrong decision? What is the pain behind it? Maybe because you think that you will never find anything better than that, you know? Start to really grab your pain and feel it, you know? Really start to feel it from deep within and start to heal. There are many other videos I made actually about that, which is about allowing yourself to feel. And so I will link it in the video. But it's important to really go into that and see, because if you're following this kind of pattern over and over again, but you're not really facing that feeling, because you're feeling, or you're saying to yourself from a mind kind of setting, yeah, you're too much, you know, you're overreacting, all of that. Well, yes, maybe you are overreacting, but if you're not feeling it, okay, if this pattern is showing up all the time again and that pain with it, and if you're not allowing yourself to feel it, it's not going to heal. So instead of pushing it away, instead of getting frustrated because it doesn't move anywhere, allow it to be there. That's already half the whole healing journey, okay? And maybe you have to repeat this a few times, because sometimes it takes a while. Imagine this, you followed something for years, and now all of a sudden you expect tomorrow a change. So you have to do this a bit more often, okay? And really feel what was the pain behind that decision. Why do you feel that way? It's such an important question, and that's why I really like to raise this, even for myself. It's important that you know what pain stands behind it, what kind of feeling comes up. And if you feel that you are getting angry or frustrated, that's okay. Just let it there, let it be there. It's okay. Now, a lot of times this has to do as well how we grew up. Okay, we take decisions because this is what we learned. This is, as example, when you're looking at your parent and they had a special trait in how they treat each other. Maybe you're exactly doing the same with your partner. Well, most often you are, or you are really aware and you didn't copy that. Okay, it's a copy mechanism we have as a child to really see, oh, what are they doing? Okay, let's copy it. Let's practice this. And so that's okay. That's nothing really unusual. But then when you are trying to heal that, it's a child wound, it's an inner child wound, and therefore I have another video as well. I will also link it down below. And check that out because it goes in another direction where you may understand your wound a bit more. And I think it's so crucial to see, okay, well, this wound is actually coming from there. Personally, this helped me so much to understand my own path to my own healing. And so I think this really helps. Then there is another one, which is the question, and this is important. What do I need to feel good again? Let me repeat. What do I need to feel good again? It's a question that is very, very personal. It needs to be answered very precise. And if you have anyone close to you and all you need is, for example, a hug, go and get a hug, Ask for that. You need to ask. Don't expect anyone to give you an answer while you don't know yourself. If you know what you need, when you need it, go and get it. Go and ask for it. Now, this is an external thing. You can also use this internally in a sense of, okay, well, what do I need right now to feel good again? I made this choice and I do feel sad. What would help me in this very moment to make me feel a bit better? Maybe that's only like, going and taking a bath, for example, or making sure to read something nice. Take things that are easy, that are with you, and that so that you can make simple steps, okay? Things that help you to grow. Another point would be doing a project which helps you to gain trust in yourself again. Now, if this is, example, making a wrong decision because you're never able to really communicate, then make it as a project to talk to people. Even if it's just a, hey, how are you? Make small steps, make small movements. That will help you to gain trust in yourself. You cannot just sit down and meditate. That will not work. Exactly, or especially when we are talking about trusting in ourselves again, we need to take action. It's a very, trusting ourselves is a very action-oriented kind of tool. And if you know the chakras, then you may know that this is the solar plexus. And this needs to be activated. And the activation needs action or actionable steps. So I would really recommend to do a small project. Maybe you can even do some health exercise, do some sport exercise, do something daily where you can see improvements. And with this, you will learn to trust yourself again. You will learn to see your body, your mind, your soul in another light. It will help you to grow out of this belief, I cannot make a right decision. I cannot do it right for myself. Because you can. All you're doing in now is to readjust or to adjust a little bit and see, okay, where do I want to go? Okay, now you did all of those choices, fine. Maybe there were some, experience you would rather not have, but you did have them, and now you need to readjust. And when we are readjusting, then it really is just about, okay, let's go every day a bit. And that actually already helps you to start to really trust yourself again and to raise that awareness of, hey, I'm actually capable. Did you already do some of them? I really want to know. Let me know in the comment section. And with that said, ciao.